You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Markeia McCarty and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AfterBuzz TV's WWE Main Event After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's WWE Main Event After Show.
Oh, yeah. But you can't touch.
Welcome everybody to the Main Event here on AfterBuzz TV. I am Tom Connolly, and we are back at full strength tonight. Everyone is in the house tonight. Sitting across from me, Scott Narver. How you doing tonight?
I'm well. I'm fresh from the airport, but I'm doing well. And this song is actually about your title, right?
It is, yeah. Sitting next to him, Markeia McCarty. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great.
Good. Feeling better?
Feeling so much better.
Awesome. And back from the East Coast, who was there for like 4 weeks.
Yep.
Gabrielle Loren. How you doing, Gabby?
I'm doing great. I'm just wondering how fresh Scott is over there.
I almost got gabbied at the airport.
You did?
Oh, no.
I almost got snowed in.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, because there was a storm again.
Yeah. Pretty severe.
Crazy.
So you just made it out?
Just made it out.
You had to be here tonight.
I had to be here. It's main event.
He had to put his predictions in for this title over here.
Yes.
What's that thing?
Yeah, we're tired of you beating us with it while we watch the wrestling.
It is Royal Rumble weekend coming up, so we'll be having our predictions going out to the world. I've been champ for 37 days now.
Oh my God.
Yeah, is that belt shinier than it was when you got it?
Yeah. Well, while we were over break, I took it into the shop, got it shined up, so we're all good to go now.
I know. I heard from Phil that WWE Network has their counter of counting down of when the network's going to launch. You insisted on having a counter counting up of how long you've been champion.
It runs on my computer screen all the time.
Oh, okay.
I'll put it on my Twitter later. But I mean, so what did you guys think of tonight? Main event coming from Grand Rapids, Michigan. We had Tom Phillips and The Miz on commentary. I thought it was a good show overall.
Yeah, I thought it had a nice balance of spectacle with athleticism, and some storyline stuff. So I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the entire thing.
Yeah. What do you think, Scott?
I thought it was a full package. I like that they changed the structure a little bit because they were plugging the main event to be the main event coming up. You saw that graphic in between.
Yeah.
And, we got some backstage stuff. We got a bit of everything in this show. It was solid.
What do you think, Gabby?
I did like it, and I especially liked the in-between recaps, which we normally don't like, because they were some of the most entertaining fights I think we've seen lately. Also, you forgot a really big element.
What did I forget?
Xavier was hosting.
Oh, he came out. He was on commentary for the first match.
Yeah,
the first match of the night, R-Truth with Xavier Woods against Damien Sandow. As I was watching, I noticed that it seemed like a lot of Cougars in the crowd, like R-Truth. They were like chanting along with him. Every time they showed him saying the "What's up," it was like they showed an older woman.
Tom notices things like this. He's like, "Hey, the commentator said this. Hey, there were some hot Cougars in the crowd."
Well, I wasn't saying they were, but they were okay. But they were definitely cheering along with it.
Cougars, right?
No. R-Truth doesn't get ugly Cougars. No way. It's R-Truth.
I can't wait to go to Raw with you when you're going, there's a Cougar right there. Yeah. There's a Cougar right there. They're saying what's up. There's a Cougar over there.
We'll have the Cougar cam going around that man. Raw when we go there.
Cam.
Oh, wow.
The Connolly Cougar counter cam.
Yes, yeah, no, we won't have that. So then Damien Sandow comes out. He says, on Sunday at the Royal Rumble, he said, Damien Sandow is in and 29 others are out. It will be the domino effect that leads to him being the WWE Champion and the face of the WWE. And that's the calling card, that's for all you card-carrying half-wits out there. So Sandow wants to win the Rumble. He wants to get that spot back of, main eventing WrestleMania, which everyone wants, out of all the 30 guys that are in there. I thought this was a good back and forth match between the two. A shocking ending. I wasn't expecting R-Truth to get the win. I don't know. What did you guys think?
I think it's presumptuous that he thinks half-wits carry cards.
Yeah.
I think we'd forget.
But then you think about it, who would carry cards? Half-wits?
That's true.
Yeah.
They would.
I have no cards in my purse.
No.
Not a single one.
See, I wasn't shocked by the win because the second we saw Sandow getting distracted by the ref, I was like, oh, it's over from here.
Yeah.
I knew it.
Yeah. But Sandow, came out with some more. I mean, he did the Kobe toe Wyatts. He has this submission move that they're not calling the Royal Arch.
Yeah, that was neat.
Yeah, I like that move a lot. He hit the Terminus. He went for the You're Welcome. Wasn't able to hit it. R-Truth ended up hitting the Hard Truth to get the win. But it was mostly Truth controlling the first half of the match, and then after Truth ended up not clotheslining Sandow out of the ring, and Sandow hit. It was an awesome Russian leg sweep onto the barrier on the outside.
Yeah, that looked cool.
Yeah, that was cool looking. That kind of gave Sandow the edge, at least for most of the match. But yeah, R-Truth gets the win. So what would you guys give a star rating or anything like that?
Oh, let's slow down.
Yeah, sorry.
Let's slow down.
I'm sorry.
We're just speeding through it. But going back to what Gabby was saying, I love that Xavier Woods was on the mic.
Yes.
I like that because they have that mentor and prodigy kind of relationship. And I thought he was good on the mic. I wanted to hear more of what he was saying because they kept on cutting him off.
Yeah, see, that's what I was going to comment on, the fact that he was getting cut off, and I think he brought a nice element because he's kind of fresh, not so hosty.
Yeah.
So it was more natural, but the other two guys were kind of talking over him, and then they kept repeating the same thing. They kept talking about how, it's every man for himself, and he was kind of arguing that matter, but it was going on and on and on, and I almost wish the Miz, and Matthews would be a little less broadcasty.
Yeah, it's like, dude, you guys talk all the time.
Yeah.
He's there right now. Just let him speak.
Right.
I liked his perspective with it when he was saying for a tactic as him and R-Truth, and they're gonna be a team still. In the whole Royal Rumble, it gets down to 3 or 4. It's oh no, we're still gonna be a team to the end, and then we're gonna see who's best at the end. I really like that.
I appreciate that. That's respectful. I think he's loyal.
Yeah, I think that's how most teams going into the Rumble look at it. It is every man for themselves, but if you have an ally in there, it can help you, get to the end.
I'd imagine
get to at least final 2. If it's you and your partner at the end, then you find out who's the best.
And that's where I think a lot of people could screw up, because if you think that it's every man for himself, you're going to wind up having a lot of enemies. And it's going to be a lot harder to stay on top, I feel like. Because sometimes allies help you get to where you need to be. And so you need to make the decision between the two, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm. So Scott, what do you think of the match?
I thought it was good. I really dig Xavier Woods because he is really enjoying the job right now. He's enthusiastic and it shows. He's really happy to be there. And Sandow's in a strange spot because it seems like they're taking elements away from him, from the character, but yet they are still adding elements to the character. They've taken away the robe. They've done away with the accentuating him holding the mic like a brandy snifter, it feels like, and being the super intellectual. But instead, giving them the submission move, making him more of a versatile wrestler. So I dug the match. I thought it was good, and that it wasn't the emphasis that this was the main event of the show. I thought it was a solid opening match.
Yeah, that's why I was surprised that it wasn't that long of a match at first, because I was, most of the time the first match is the longer match of the night. So after it kind of, was pretty quick, I was like, okay, I guess maybe we're going to have 4. I thought it was going to be a 4-match night. I didn't know it was only going to be 3. But Truth hit the Hard Truth to get the win. I thought that was it was kind of out of nowhere. I really thought, Sandow has kind of been on a roll lately. He had that good match with Cena 2 weeks ago on Raw. And, he's kind of on a, he lost there, but he was at least looking a lot better, a lot stronger. But I think this definitely helps Truth going into the Rumble.
Yeah, I like that the failed roll up for the pin after the distraction. He thought that was going to be it, but then that didn't work, and he still got the move off on him. But Sandow, the frustration building of his losses, and then he grows his arsenal more. I like that development, and it's a shame if you're not seeing it on Main Event, or you're not seeing it on Raw or SmackDown. It's on Main Event, so you got to watch the show for it.
Exactly. So what would you guys give a star rating for this first match of the night?
I'm gonna give it a 3 because it was entertaining. It was a good opening, but there could have been more and more. I don't know, for me.
Gotcha. Markeia.
Well, for one thing, I really liked Sandow's shirt. Has he worn that shirt before?
Yeah.
I greater than
it's
you.
It's new, but yeah.
I really liked that. I don't know. Saw him wearing that when he was doing his opening mic stuff. It's just like, that is a cute shirt. I liked how evenly matched it felt for me. I felt like this was a really good pairing, R-Truth versus Sandow. I wish that R-Truth did less dancing. I'll be completely honest. And even Miz, I listened to the commentators.
Yes.
Yeah.
I couldn't really hear them the first part of the match. I was not with you guys when I watched it, but it was kind of loud.
Counting cougars, huh?
That's why I must have been
That's what you were
distracted.
doing. Yeah, but there was too much dancing, and there was this one part where Sandow was just on the mat, and at a certain point, it just felt like he was just waiting for R-Truth to get back to him because he was doing the moves and going to the rope, and I'm like, just pin him. So that and question with Sandow, I know he has the elbow of disdain, right? Is that when he pulled his knee pad covering down and then did that right after? Is that the knee of disdain, or is that something different?
I think it's just an exposed knee. I don't know. He doesn't really have a name for that. But
it is now the knee of disdain.
It is. So now he's the elbow and the knee.
Yeah, but I enjoyed, like I said, Xavier Woods on the mic. That was a nice, like, fresh element, kind of like, I don't know, having parsley or something on a plate. And
it's a great analogy.
Yeah.
Xavier Woods is the parsley.
He's a parsley. Yes. It's like a fresh bite of lemon or something. But yeah, I liked the back and forth between R-Truth and Sandow. I thought there were some really solid moves. The dancing took it away from me, so I was between a 3.5 to a 3.75. So I'm going to go with a 3.75, even though they did that distraction thing, which I do not like anymore.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Scott, what would you say?
I thought it was a solid opening match. It set the tone for the rest of the show. So I gave it 84. Bust them up like a pimples.
Gotcha. I gave it a 3.5 for the first match. I thought it was a good opening match. I liked that. I thought he was going to win with the roll up, R-Truth, but he didn't. But he did come back and was able to win. I feel like they do that too much of the distraction, quick roll up and you win, and you're like, how many times are you going to do that on a Raw or SmackDown, and a main event?
Yeah.
So let's let's see someone beat someone legitimately with their finisher. It makes it a lot better. Yeah. It puts R-Truth over more. And I think Sandow's gonna be, he's gonna do some good things at the Rumble this weekend. I think he's gonna last a while, but I think it also gives R-Truth the edge more over him going into the Rumble. So the next thing we get is a recap of Raw from 2 weeks ago and Raw from. It was just the Raw from 2 weeks ago that they showed.
Oh, and then from last Monday, too.
Yeah, a little bit of Daniel Bryan saying he exposed.
Yes,
Bray.
Yeah, so what did you guys think of that? We didn't get to talk about that. I talked about it a little bit last week. What did you guys think of seeing that?
Yeah, Gabby was into it.
I was really into it during the screening.
Yeah.
Stuff like this is like what I was saying earlier with the recaps. It is what I want to see. This is quality wrestling, okay? And not only do I like Daniel Bryan, because like we were talking about in the screening room, he is, I guess, one of the best wrestlers, and he's very athletic.
It's fantastic.
But the Wyatts I also really respect, and I love them. So, I mean, to see those two characters in the ring together, in a cage together, actually, really heated things up for me. So, it was a great recap.
Yes, it was. I think it was, they didn't show this last week, which I was kind of disappointed, but I was glad that we got to see it this week. And I was glad we could watch it, we could talk about it this week, so I was like, yes.
They realized they made a mistake, and that's why they showed it.
Exactly, yes.
Oh.
What do you think of that, Markeia?
I thought it was fantastic. I got to see, I don't normally get to see Raw, but I got to see some of Raw, and I was like, well, for one, I was like, this is long. And there are a lot of matches in this.
What do you mean, 6-hour Raw?
But yeah, I got to see that ending part, and just was like, oh my goodness, no, wait, don't do it, because earlier in the match, remember it had happened where he let Bray Wyatt go ahead and do that finishing move with them. It's just like, oh, my heart is crushed. And then that time they're in the cage, he's like, this far and no further. And then, you know, he busts out the Daniel Bryan. So, and then the climb to the top of the cage with the yes. Fantastic. I loved this. I love this recap. Can I rate a recap? 5.
Sure. Yeah.
5. This recap's a 5.
I agree.
Yeah. What do you think, Scott?
I really enjoyed it. I also really enjoyed the show last week. I was in the chat room with the guys that are there now. That was if you guys are never here and you're in the chat room, it's fun to talk to these guys.
The AfterBuzz chat room?
The AfterBuzz TV chat room, yes.
Oh, okay.
It was a blast, but it was really fun because watching you talk about it, I was like, yes, this is so fun. That Daniel Bryan has been an excellent wrestler for years and years and years. And the personality has been coming out, and that was truly a moment that he orchestrated, that he really conducted the crowd in a spontaneous moment, that he wasn't begging for it. You see a lot of wrestlers do they'll slap the man, they'll go, come on! And the crowd's like, no, you do something. You earn it.
Then we'll cheer you. Yeah.
It was earned. It was... Everybody wanted to do it, and it was the right moment. And seeing that camera just pan out and seeing a sea of all this movement happening.
Chance.
Yeah, it's wild. That's one of those great moments when if you're there live, that's magic. And it was tremendous, and I hope it continues for him.
Preach.
Here.
The way he started the slow yes chant, and that crowd just... At first they were going fast. They were doing the regular, and then they were like,
"Oh, do what Daniel Bryan's
doing." And they just started going along with him, and it was magic. I haven't seen that in wrestling in so long, or somebody like that since like a Stone Cold or The Rock to just captivate a live audience and everyone at home to just people at home are probably chanting along with him. And you guys kept chanting along in the room?
Well, I mentioned that it was shocking to see so many people in the audience. I've never, in all of the shows I've seen since I started watching with you guys, never seen an audience with the majority rooting for like one person.
Yeah.
And
to me, that's...
Gabby's eyebrows were going, yeah.
And to me, like, Scott, a fan of the Attitude Era, of like the Stone Cold Rocks, that was every week on Raw. It would be crazy like that for 2 hours of Raw every week, or at least the end, everyone would be going nuts. Everyone would be on their feet because something crazy like that would happen. And we haven't seen anything like that in such a long time.
I think most of it's due to it's too scripted. It's too beat by beat is played out, and it's told to someone that doesn't quite understand. Let it happen when it's supposed to happen. Stone Cold Rock Foley is another great example of they've been doing it for years, and they know how to play a crowd, and they know when those moments are supposed to happen. And I think Daniel Bryan is now one of those guys as well. And whatever was told to him, he knew how to play it out. And did it to a T. And Bray, to his credit, too.
Yes, he was awesome in that,
Bray
too.
had every moment that helped make that moment even more special.
Yeah, I like the fact that he didn't back. He wasn't the cowardly heel, like, oh, I'm getting out of the ring, let me get out of this cage. He was like, you want to fight me? You're gonna fight me right now. And I think it just brought his character up so much more as a performer and as a tough wrestler. When it comes down to
it's fantastic. He looks like the thing that crawls out from underneath your bed. It's great.
Like that creepy commercial. Have you seen that? Oh, that commercial freaks me out.
Well, do you guys notice how they do the promo editing for the Wyatts? It's those freaky images as if you're watching American Horror Story or something. I don't know. They're pretty genius over at WWE. I love the way they do their work.
Yeah, their posts, the editors there are. I mean, I don't get why they don't win awards or get nominated for awards, because they're, you know, I think they're the best like editing crew, and you know, doing all those promos and all those like entrance videos and everything are just so like on key and just perfect.
If only there was some sort of golden award to give them. Some award that maybe was
I wonder if we can buy one at the store. I wonder if they can get one at the store, probably in their offices already. But so back to the main event. We get a backstage segment of Nikki and Brie getting ready. Nikki kind of says, "Oh, Brie, did you know everything? Did you know that Daniel Bryan was in on this with Bray Wyatt?" And we didn't really get an answer from her. She just, because they were kind of interrupted by Alicia Fox and Aksana, who started making fun of Brie, saying, "Oh, you're gonna go live in that shack and you're gonna have a wedding by a swamp
wedding."
Yeah, and she was like, "Oh, what is that in your hair? Oh, is that lice?" And you know, he knocked her hand out of the way, and she was like, "Just leave me alone. Don't touch me. We're going to the ring for our match." And that was kind of it, and you know.
Yeah, it was a little tidbit. You know, just like some snarky, some little bit of storyline. I don't think that they should, you know, this is, I don't want to say this, but maybe Aksana should be more silent with things. I couldn't understand what she was saying. It was like it was accent plus projection.
Yes.
Like everybody else, I could hear, but I was like, I'm not getting what she's saying.
I agree.
So maybe more of a
Less is more.
Tamina thing, you know.
I agree with you, but in a sense, it kind of worked because then they played off the fact that she can't speak. Because didn't Nikki say something about it? Nikki was like, "What is she saying?"
She did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that worked for me because then it was just funny.
Do girls really act like that?
Sometimes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, we found out that Nikki was the sneaky twin, because she would be sneaking out and Brie would be covering for her.
All right.
That's not surprising. Did that surprise anybody?
Surprised me.
You thought Brie would be the one that sneaks out at night?
Yes.
Down to the swamp with Daniel Bryan.
I thought it was kind of fun to have like this nice little tidbit before you see all four of them in the ring. I thought that was a nice touch.
Yeah, nice little backstage segment to set up the match.
Yeah, you get invested.
Exactly.
Yeah, which we don't get a lot of on main event.
No,
Nope,
true.
We've been getting some lately, which I think has been good.
Thank you, Triple H.
Yeah, thank you. And then also on SmackDown this week, it's going to be the Real Americans versus The Big Show and Rey Mysterio.
That's gonna be good.
Yeah. If you guys, Big Show punched out Zeb Coulter 2 weeks ago on Raw for no reason at all.
Because he's Big Show.
Yeah, basically.
It's always a Big Show.
He's like, my knockout hand's feeling itchy.
It's like, I'm gonna fight one of the toughest competitors. I'm gonna beat up an old man.
Yeah. Hey, he did it before.
Yeah, he got the taste
has
from
a streak
Dusty
from it
Rhodes.
now.
He doesn't care.
He beats up old Ben.
Who's next?
All right.
Vince?
Oh, who's gonna punch
Who's
next?
going to punch next? It's got to be somebody old now.
Bruno Sammartino.
Yeah.
Punching out
That'd be
Vince's
awesome.
big brass ones, though.
Yeah. So the match next is the Bellas versus Alicia Fox and Aksana. It was the shortest match of the night. We have a great picture on the screen. You guys should go to the YouTube page and check it out. It's a little. He looks like what he's like 8 years old, maybe less than that.
Yeah.
Holding a sign that says "Cena, tell Nikki to stop calling me." Thank you, Phil, for putting that picture up.
It's also on Nikki's Instagram.
Awesome.
Oh, perfect. That's great.
But yeah, this match was the shortest match of the night. Mostly the Bellas in control for most of the match. Nikki had an awesome. It was a cool like monkey flip onto Aksana at the beginning of the match, and Brie had a really nice drop kick off the top rope. So I feel like they're learning from their counterparts of like John Cena and Daniel Bryan to get more to be more versatile in their moveset. Both of them. The commentary was not talking about the match at all, which I was kind of disappointed in. They were talking about Brock Lesnar and the Big Show. Aksana ended up coming in the ring to stop Brie from getting the tag to Nikki, and then she ended up knocking Nikki off the apron, which I thought was a smart move, especially for like the heels to do to knock the other opponent off the ring so she can't get to the fresh person on the side.
Right.
And then Nikki ends up taking out Aksana. She hit a nice bulldog out of the corner, which I thought was good. Another new move for Nikki. And then Brie ended up taking out Aksana again. And then Nikki hit the, I don't know the name of it, I'm calling it the Bella Rack for the win. Because it used to be, there's a wrestler named Lex Luger who did the Torture Rack, which was kind of like that, but it was more of a submission move. Mm-hmm. But she kind of just, has him up like on the rack and just drops them. So I don't know. I'm naming a move, so we'll see if it sticks.
He's stealing your thunder, Markeia.
No, I'm fine with it. It's just it gives it a whole new meaning for me. Well, Bella Rack.
I know. Well, I know. When I thought of it, I was like, well, it doesn't really make sense, but it does. So, what'd you guys think of this match overall?
I did like it. At first, I thought Nikki started off a little weak because we saw her try and flip Aksana, and she couldn't really latch on, I feel like, right away. It was when they were lined up against the clothing lines, and she flipped her over.
The clothing lines?
The ropes.
The ropes.
Oh.
Don't you guys call it clothing lines every now and then?
No, there's a clothesline.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's an arm across the chest.
Yeah. My bad. Please forgive me for that one.
No.
I knew what you were talking about. So.
I was like, in airport mode. I'm like,
it looks like a clothing line. Whatever.
No, it does. That'd be amazing if someone did just hang someone, like pin them up there with some grips and just leave them there out to dry.
I mean, they do hang over the ropes like it's a clothing line, and when you throw the shoes over.
Yes.
Like that. Anyways, and then a move I did really like was with Aksana and Alicia Fox picking up Brie from each end and then dropping her.
Yeah,
that was awesome because they were like spreading her thin and then letting her go. So I thought that was so cool.
I've never seen the guys do that either.
No,
it was new to me at least. So then we saw Nikki kind of come back in charge with the Bella Twins, and we really got to see her prove her athleticism a little more, she was getting stronger as the match went on. So I liked it. I enjoyed Alicia Fox screaming added to the match. So can I rate it, or you don't want me to do it?
You can rate it. No, not allowed. No more ratings. We're over. No, yes.
I'm gonna rate it at 3.7.
3.7. Awesome.
Yeah.
Markeia.
I thought this was a great Diva match. Yeah. It actually reminded me of one of the video game matches that you'll have, in any kind of wrestling game where you have your two heels and then your two face tag teams going on. I mean, look at Aksana and Alicia Fox. Love their look. Alicia Fox, I'm really into the whole anime thing that she has going on. I think it's great. And then Aksana with the European vixen thing. So just the look for that versus the Bella Twins, that was fantastic. And Aksana can take a hit. Yeah. Respect. Because seriously, she was getting pounded on. She was the one that Alicia would have to do I expected a hot tag to have to happen. But I was a little disappointed in Alicia Fox for this match. She's done much better in the past, I feel. For here, it was just more of a prance and wrestle. So I'm not a big fan of that. I like passion. I like, them going, for lack of a better term, balls to the wall. So with that, and Aksana was passionate. There were a lot of tells, though, with kind of by the book stuff. But otherwise than that, I enjoyed the Bella Twins. I think this is the first time that I saw them in a tag team thing. I've seen one or the other going up against AJ mostly. So I appreciated it. I liked it. I want to see more of it. So I gave it a 3.5.
Gotcha. Yeah. Scott, what did you give this match?
I liked it too. I was glad that it's not always a singles match with the divas that on occasion utilize them. So if you got more back there, use them. And on the contrary, I've been very impressed with Alicia Fox lately. I was liking her submission moves, that she was really very early Randy Orton-esque. When he was, back in 2004, when he was, really grinding in the headlocks and stuff like that. She was having those moments where she had one of the Bellas and was really grinding her down and would switch from submission to submission.
Yeah, she had Brie.
I thought that was really great, and I think Aksana has gotten better too. Because in the early days, it was Those were rough to watch.
It was. Yeah.
A SmackDown or two ago, she had a good match, and she's continuing to get better too. So I guess I watched them more because I've been exposed to Bellas so often that I wanted to watch the other girls because I haven't seen them as much. So it was good. I gave it 212 Twin Magics.
Gotcha. Yeah, I gave it a 3.0. I was impressed by all 4 girls in the match. They each had their own little part. I wish Alicia was... I feel like she didn't get as much of a role in this match. It was more the Bellas and Aksana.
Great personality, though.
Yeah, she definitely does, yeah. But yeah, I gave it a 3.0. I wish it would have been a little longer, but I think it kind of worked to where we needed to be for a main event match. So yeah, 3.0. Good match. Good match overall. And then we get to a recap of basically it's from July till now, or not July, December. I don't know why I said July. I'm thinking about my birthday. I don't know. But TLC match, Randy Orton, John Cena.
Huh?
Yes.
What day?
The 26th.
Okay, so now everybody knows.
Yes. I expect presents galore. No, I'm just joking. But so the TLC match, John Cena versus Randy Orton. Randy Orton wins. It's announced that it's Cena and Orton at the Royal Rumble in a traditional match. We see Orton on Raw. He ends up losing to Kofi Kingston, which they're calling like one of the surprise victories, of the year. Then he gets so mad he ends up beating up John Cena's dad.
Gabby was livid.
Yeah.
Livid at this point.
It was like watching a horror movie. But you know what? I'm proud of John Cena. He ran back in the ring and beat the crap out of Orton.
Yeah, then
he deserved.
Yeah, then we saw John Cena beating up Orton, chasing him through the crowd. Orton, runs out of the building and just jumps into some random car.
Well, can we talk about this for a
definitely.
second? This was like amazing, first of all. Now I've realized what a pussy, Randy Orton is, because I really liked him and I think he's gorgeous and he's definitely, strong with wrestling, but the fact that he literally ran out of his stadium and hopped in some random SUV and took off is beyond me. I've never ever seen that, and I think it's absolutely crazy.
Now, do we think we're gonna find out who was driving that car? Is there anybody want to take any guesses, or do you think it was just a random person?
It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
He just jumped in, and they were like, "Oh shit, it's Orton." Let's go.
Do you think it was
They went to Applebee's
Triple H?
later.
Oh my god, maybe I should just wait outside the stadium when we go to Raw in my car, just in case someone gets scared.
Would you berate them the whole time, or would you just hang out?
Oh, I would hang out.
Oh, okay. You'd be like, "This is awesome. You're a pussy, but all right, let's hang out."
Exactly. Oh, I'll take him home anyways.
You hear that, Orton?
Wait, I know he's married, right?
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Shut up, you gotta tell
I think his wife may have judged him for actions like this.
Yeah.
So wait, the mistress was the one driving the car.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I think I just started something.
I don't think any of us have an alibi for Monday.
No. But yeah, so it's Cena Orton at Royal Rumble this weekend. Yeah, I thought it was funny him jumping in the car at the end. I wasn't. I thought he was gonna, leave, and that was kind of gonna be it. But jumps in some random SUV and takes off. What'd you guys think? Did you guys like the ending of Raw, or?
Can I rate that, by the way?
Yeah, sure, you can rate that. Why not? What'd you rate it?
A 5.
A 5? Okay.
Yeah.
Would it be like a 10 if it was your car?
It would be a 10. No, it would be like a 10.5.
I wish she had accommodated the car like a cop holding up the 2 titles saying, "I'm Randy Orton, WWE World Heavyweight Champion. I need to accommodate your car." And then just take it and go.
Yeah.
Oh my god, no, it would have been so much better if he threw the driver out of the car and took off and
Like
left the
Grand Theft
driver on the
Auto
street.
style.
Yeah. That would have really made TV.
But yeah, so Mr. Cena is doing okay, I guess. He, had a fractured orbital something. I forget. Something happened to his eye.
Sure.
I had it written down last week. I don't remember what it was now. But I guess he's doing okay now. So good. Recover fast, Mr. Cena.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll see you at the Royal Rumble this weekend. Maybe you'll get a nice shot in on Randy Orton.
Yeah, and when your son feuds with Orton, stop sitting in the front row.
Exactly.
Go to the 5th row.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It was 2 or 3 years ago. Randy Orton ended up doing the same thing. He but he pulled him in over the barrier and ended up punting his dad in the head.
Wait, Cena's dad?
Yeah, huh?
There's been precedent for this?
Yeah, this has happened before, so it wasn't
Oh
very...
my god.
Don't forget
He
when
needs security.
Edge went to the Cena's household
and
then
smacked him in the face.
No.
Cena's dad's just asking for it.
Yeah.
I think Cena's dad wants some airtime. Maybe he wants to get into wrestling.
Maybe he'll be in the Rumble this weekend.
That would be awesome.
Throws out his son.
Yeah, that would be awesome. And then we go back to the Miz and Tom Phillips on commentary. Miz says that he's going to win the Rumble this weekend and main event WrestleMania 30, like he did WrestleMania 27. That's what the Miz says.
Sure.
And then we got a Royal Rumbles by the numbers. Some of the highlights I wrote down was that Shawn Michaels, HBK, has the most eliminations of 39. But Kane is right behind him with 37. We don't. Kane may be in the Rumble this weekend. I don't know if he will be. But all he needs is 3 more, and he's the new eliminations champ. So
they'll have to make a new video then.
Yes, they will. Well, I feel like they update it each year little bit, but most of it's the same. I'm excited to see what Kofi Kingston will do.
Very excited.
He always does something, extraordinary and
they showed the
awesome
chair
way.
thing.
Yes.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
The precedent set by John Morrison, though, that Spider-Man wall grab.
That was fantastic.
I mean, that one's hard to top, but then Kofi. What was the two that Kofi did?
The chair, and then he did the and he did the handstand.
Right, the handstand.
He fell out of the ring and was on his hands and walked backwards to the steps, and then put his feet on the steps and crawled back up.
Oh, these guys are fantastic.
What pressure that is to come up then with something else even crazier that you have to pull off.
Yeah, because if he falls, then you're like, he didn't do it this year.
I hope there is a series of bodies that have been eliminated.
That would be good, right?
I swear I said that on Monday Night Raw. I swear I was sitting with my buddy and I said it'd be awesome if there was a couple guys get eliminated, he gets thrown out and he jumps on them. Like they're laying on the ground and he steps on them to get back in the ring.
Yeah, that his feet didn't touch the floor. They're on these other guys.
Exactly. Kofi, we already came up with your idea, so
and sorry, 3-man band, that you're the guys.
Because like someone,
good sports.
Like Batista throws them all out.
Yeah, all 3 of them. Yeah, that'd be awesome. And
you're welcome.
We did find out on Monday Night Raw that CM Punk is the #1 entrant into the Royal Rumble this year.
Who's the other guy that has the? It's like 52 minutes and something.
Rey Mysterio. He has the long. He's been there the longest.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
That is wow.
Do you imagine like almost an hour of intense workout cardio, beating the crap out of somebody?
Was he? Was he
there's
number
no
1
downtime.
No. There's no like break.
No,
Time
it's
out.
like I'm gonna stand in the corner, guys. Go ahead. No, you'll get clotheslined out of the ring.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I think he was number 2 that year, Rey Mysterio, when he came in. I don't think he was 1. But 1 and 2 are kind of the same, but
you're starting at the same time.
Yeah. So then let's get to the main event of main event,
which was truly the main event. They teased it like it. They had that graphic of coming up, the main event, Alberto Del Rio versus Sin Cara, which was cool to see.
Yes.
That it wasn't the opening match at the end.
And when I first saw that earlier, I was like, we've kind of seen this before. I didn't have high hopes for this match at first. But after watching it, it was a fantastic match.
Yeah.
It was the best match I've seen these two put on. And I don't know. I was like sitting there in awe going, I can't believe this match is this good right now. I was like, why are these guys not wrestling each other more? Like, let's start a feud between them. They kind of have started it already, but let's continue this going on, to a pay-per-view or to a Raw or anywhere. Just keep it going. Right from the beginning, we did see a recap of Raw of Batista beating up Alberto Del Rio because he's been talking smack for a couple weeks.
Which he deserved.
Yes,
if someone's that big and you're talking smack about them.
Yeah, you deserve to get beat
up. If someone's bigger than you, you deserve to get beat up.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, Markeia.
And, well, if you're mouthy like he was doing and taking it out on other people, he needed a Batista beatdown.
He did. And Sin Cara started off right away. Del Rio was on the outside. He hit the suicide dive through the ropes to start it off. It was kind of like a drop kick. He like springboarded himself over the top rope and into Del Rio as he was like laying in the corner. it was like, I don't know, Sin Cara just was like on fire tonight, and you know, everyone knows like this is like a different person in the Sin Cara mask, a new wrestler.
Hunikara?
Yes, exactly. Hunico is now
I like to call him Hunikara.
Hunakara.
Nice mashup.
And I think since they've made this switch, the character and just the wrestling of Sin Cara has been so much better.
Yeah, he doesn't hurt himself all the time.
Exactly. He doesn't stub his finger and say, "I can't wrestle."
I'm done. I'm out. Although if I stub my finger during the show, I'm out.
Okay,
I'm out.
Gotcha.
I can't continue.
We'll let the crowd know that.
Yeah, this Sin Cara was he was very plucky. You know, he was never give up, never surrender type. At one point, I was just like, "Oh, God, just let him pin you. Just let him pin you."
I mean, I thought Sin Cara was going to pull out the win in the end. I was rooting for him to win. He hit like a springboard to a roll up that Del Rio like reversed into a drop kick onto him. Then went to break, and we come back, and it was definitely I don't know. I could definitely tell that Del Rio just hit like the inscurry off the top rope, which he's so good at hitting that each time when the guy's up there. It looks so devastating when he does that. Like he just kicks him in the back of the head, and they just fall down. And then we found out that Del Rio threw Sin Cara like into the barricade during the break. So I wish we had the app to see that, to see the middle of the match, but we didn't. And then as Sin Cara was on the top, Del Rio put Sin Cara on top rope, and he ripped his mask off.
Ultimate sign of disrespect.
It is.
Not
and
cool.
It really almost fell off.
Like terrible cameraman.
Yeah,
get the scoop.
Yeah, like come on, get to the side. I don't need to
jump
see that.
in there.
What do you think, Gabby, of him ripping the mask off?
I agree with it. What you guys are saying, it is kind of disrespectful because that's who he is, and why you're trying to embarrass him. Is it because you don't have enough strength to beat him in the right way that you have to make him a spectacle? So I'm not okay with that.
Yeah,
I mean, it's like taking off somebody's, if they're just wearing Spanx, you don't do that. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's exposing the person.
Don't take off Spanx. Don't take off someone's Spanx.
Right. If someone's bigger than you.
Yeah, I know. Del Rio tried to take the mask off. Sin Cara, was in like a tree of woe hanging upside down. Del Rio went to run in and ended up missing, hit his shoulder into the turnbuckle. Sin Cara hit like a swinging DDT out of the corner. And then Sin Cara went to the top rope, and I don't know if you guys noticed this, but he was on the top rope, and all I heard him say is, "Here I go," in perfect English.
No,
I did not hear that.
He was like, "Here I go," and I was like, "Okay, I get you're trying to pump the crowd up, but that character doesn't really talk much or ever." And I found it a little odd of being able to hear that.
Yeah, where I think Sin Cara lost the match? I think he would have had that match after Del Rio plowed himself into the metal pipe and then was writhing around and stuff. If Sin Cara had been able to just get that last bit of energy and stuff right then, I think he would have had that. He let Del Rio get that third wind, and Del Rio devastated him.
Yeah, because Sin Cara ended up getting on the top rope. He went for this, is that just not a splash, but kind of a swanton?
Yeah, the swanton, yeah.
He ended up missing. He rolled up, and Del Rio just kicked him right in the face with the super kick, which that's, as JBL has been telling us week after week on Raw, that's the move he won the World Heavyweight title with when he beat Dolph Ziggler. And he lets us know every week when Del Rio's out there. But he only got 2 on that, that was what shocked me, where I was like, Sin Cara is definitely winning this match now.
Sin Cara is stronger than Ziggler.
Yeah, he can kick out of that. And then Sin Cara ended up getting caught up in the ropes again, and Del Rio just hit this double stomp on out of the corner onto him. That looked like that hurt. Yeah,
no, he was flopping.
I wouldn't want to take that move.
That was awful. I don't know how you go. I got this move. This is a move I'm gonna do to you. All right, I'm gonna jump on your chest.
Yeah.
While you're sitting up, and then I'm gonna just jump on your chest.
He did it to Mysterio on Raw too, and that was not as bad as that, but he did do it. So Del Rio ended up locking in the cross arm bar to get the win. I like the way he locked it into. I felt like he almost did like a double roll to lock it in.
Mm-hmm.
It was really
some
fast.
Pizzazz there.
Yeah. So Del Rio gets the win. You know, he has to look strong. I feel like this was to make him look stronger after getting beat up by Batista on Raw. They needed to build him up at least a little more going into the Rumble on Sunday. What were your guys' overall thoughts on the match?
So for me, the thing that's unfortunate about watching wrestling is that even though I feel one person deserves to win because they carry most of the strength throughout the match, a lot of times they don't win because of one mistake, one distraction, or one move. And that's unfortunate because I think if you are carrying the weight the whole time, you deserve it, right? So I did like the match because I was engaged in it the entire time, and I realized how good Sin Cara is. He's very organic, natural, and flowing with his moves, and tons of upper body strength. It's incredible. So, I don't know, I see gymnast in him 100%, and he does a killer job. Specifically, I think he locked his knees in the beginning around his opponent, but I think that's when it got twisted around and he fell.
Oh, when he fell out of the
But either way, even when he's getting pinned, it's kind of like he's still pretty strong and you still see how good of a wrestler he is. And I don't know, this match kind of made me realize that these guys are literally Olympians. Like, I don't know if a lot of people look at it like that, but they are on that level of skill, you know?
Yeah.
So it's really impressive. And I don't know, I guess the last minute move where Alberto hits the post, that to me, I felt like they had a lot of animosity towards each other at the end, and I honestly think that was legitimate. And I think pretty much Sin Cara moved out of the way so last minute just so that he wouldn't think that he was going to hit the pole. Purposely.
You think so?
I'm not saying this is not acting here. I think he really meant to hurt him. Yeah. That's what it seemed like to me.
Gotcha.
So I'm giving this match a 4.3.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Markeia, what'd you think?
I thought this match was fantastic. I really enjoyed it. I enjoy this Sin Cara. Before I'd only seen Sin Cara maybe 2 times. Once when I actually went to Raw, August of last year, and then I think once when I watched Raw sometime during that year. And both times it was okay, great. Oh, that's a cool move. Oh, okay. Here comes the doctor. And all right, that match is done. That's a done match. So I liked being able to see everything that he's doing, with Gabby saying, yes, he's very fluid, he's organic, and I like how he's thinking on his feet with things. I think that the moves that he chooses to do, though, are so energy consuming that there tends to be a lot of downtime between the moves to me. He'll have a mini flurry of moves, and he'll be, gathering up momentum. Then Del Rio does one thing, and then it's just all the energy's gone. It's and I understand because there was a lot of stamina that had to happen for all those other moves. So I hope he'll get in the ring more and, be able to build up so there's that less of that downtime between his moves. But I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the special lighting that he gets.
Yes.
That's fun. I'm starting to really enjoy Del Rio just for the simple fact that when he's in a match, it's like he's telling a story, with his moves. It's an angry story, but it's very compelling. He starts off at he's kind of an even kill for, Del Rio, and then it spikes, and, it's fantastic. I like it. With that mask unveiling, I felt like there should have been a way bigger response to that from Sin Cara, because that's horrific. You do not do that. That would be like in a Diva match, somebody just pulling down somebody's top or something like that. It's you do not do that. Obviously, you can't.
Whoa. Let's not just say you can't do that. Option's there.
Well, yeah, the option is there, but it's something that one does not do.
But
you want to get booed, that's one way to get booed, I
think that's where my point came in, though, and that's why towards the end it got kind of sneaky. I'm going to actually hurt him, but he's not going to know it's coming.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Because he didn't want to make it a big deal, but he really did want to hurt him genuinely.
Gotcha.
And that's I like where you were saying with that, then that it went sneaky, because I was picturing, you know, something like that happened, huge explosion and such. But yeah, that's the way to get revenge. But in any case, I really enjoyed this, except for like the downtime portions of it. I gave it a 4.25.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Scott, what would you say?
Well, the Diva tag match, I mean, if they pull down the tops of this match in order to get, you know, Sin Cara versus Alberto Del Rio. Sin Cara, I like the old Sin Cara. It was fun to watch when you're going, is he going to make it through it? And, you know, oh, he didn't make it through it.
Yeah.
I think Hunico is doing pretty good at it. Overall, that's a messed up scenario that someone else took over your character. So I don't know. I'm curious to know if Mystico, who is Sin Cara, still works there or not.
I don't know. I don't know if he does or not. I'm not sure.
Comment on the video.
Yeah, let us know if anybody knows out there.
I think these two are really excelling and really bringing the best out of each other more than the old feud between the two. Because from what I heard, the other two generally didn't like each other. Yeah. Because there was a time when Alberto Del Rio unmasked the old Sin Cara and really pulled it off and yanked up his head and was exposed on Raw briefly. But these guys, I think, really bring it out of each other in a good competitive way.
Yes, definitely.
And I'm not a big Alberto Del Rio guy. I've always thought this is the level which I would enjoy him the most, not in the title picture, because I don't think the character, I don't think it's all quite there yet. I think he's coming into his own, and this was an exceptional match. They had the false finish in the show. You know, this isn't Raw, this isn't SmackDown, this isn't a pay-per-view, but they had that finish where you thought, oh, this is it. He's got him. He did the kick to the head. It's over. And Sin Cara kicked out, and you went, well, I guess I don't know now. I guess I don't know what's going to happen, which was a great moment, because when you can experience those, then you just don't know anymore. So I really enjoyed it. So I gave it 10 tiny Mexican flags.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, I think this was one of the, top 2 matches we've seen on Main Event since, you know, we've been doing this. I gave it, I have it a 4.5, but as I read through it, I'm giving it a 4.75 because it was that good. I was so surprised that it was that good. Maybe because I had my expectations lower, that when it did, you know, exceed them, I was like, wow, this is awesome. I want to see more of this. And, yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of Del Rio, but, you know, when he gets in the ring, he can wrestle. And he can, you know, tell the story and just, you know, he lays it out, you know, point A to B, C, and it does build as the match goes on. He's very good at doing that. And, yeah, Hunico as Sin Cara has been way better than the old Sin Cara, so I just think,
and as Hunico,
so I don't know what we're going, I don't know where it's building to, but we'll see. But let's get, since the Royal Rumble is this weekend, let's get to our predictions quickly.
Yes.
And now your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Okay, are we ready?
Oh yeah,
I'm the reigning, defending AfterBuzz predictions champion here.
Enjoy it while you can.
For 37 days now.
That's okay. We'll still keep it at this night, just over here.
Yeah, just put this side of the table.
I'll be fine if anybody on Main Event keeps it. The rest of those guys, no way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, whatever. If it's still here, it's okay. So the first match of the night, the pre-show match, Goldust and Cody defending their tag team titles against the New Age Outlaws. What do you guys think?
I know what I want.
Do you guys know who the New Age Outlaws are? Have you seen them?
No clue.
They are Billy Gunn and Road Dogg. They used to be part of D-Generation X about 15 years ago. They're former 5-time tag team champs. And
are we not doing predictions today?
I don't know. I guess we are not. No. Okay.
We'll say it really fast.
Okay. All right. Rhodey, Goldust, who you want?
Goldust.
Goldust.
Gotcha.
Goldust around, yeah.
Okay. We're just going to tease everybody.
You know what? Maybe we'll comment on the video.
Yes.
That's where you get our predictions.
Yes, exactly.
We'll comment on the YouTube page.
Yes. We'll comment, leave them on the YouTube page.
Hit that like button.
Exactly. And we'll find out who is the predictions champion at the end of this week. Do Do you want to say something?
Brian Big Show Cena.
Yeah, we had to get her predictions out there. Yeah, so where can they find you guys? Scott, you can go first.
They can find me on Twitter at Curtain Jerks, and they can listen to my comedy wrestling podcast, Curtain Jerks, that's available on iTunes and comedypodcastnetwork.com.
Gotcha. Markeia?
You guys can find me on Twitter at Markeia McCarty. I'm so flustered. Also, if you like live comedy, I will be at iOS this Saturday performing with Doctor Who Live.
Gotcha. Gabby, where can they find you?
Awesome. I am on Twitter at Gabrielle_Loren and Instagram at GabbyLO87. Check it out, guys.
Gotcha. And you can find me on Twitter at TomTheCom. Tuesday night, Supernatural at 11. And tonight, right after this, I am doing the Tomorrow People. So that's probably why we have to wrap up, because I have to go do another show. So we will see you guys next week. Hopefully, I'll be the champ still, or one of these guys will be the champ. Wish me luck. See you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.
From executive producers Markeia Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.